Hey, beautiful people. How's it hanging? Good Doc back again once again. You can't see back there, but the plane for my next destination is behind me. But before I get on there, I just want to talk about something real quick. Man, and if this video finds you at a time in your life where you're not trying to hear this shit, my apologies, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Man, waiting to travel until after retirement is crazy to me. Like, it's crazy for me to think. Yes, I come from a background wherein I was blessed enough to be able to travel earlier on in life because my dad was military, right? So, first ever overseas duty station that I was old enough to remember was Okinawa, Japan. Since then, I got bit early by the travel bug. Now, in fairness, I'm young, didn't really have a lot of money, so it's not like I was trying to go everywhere or a different place every summer or anything like that. I didn't have no bread like that. But in fairness, whenever I got the opportunity to study abroad in the Philippines, gifted to me by my dad and shit, it was just a no-brainer. I was gonna take that anyway, right? But now that I'm a little older, and I was having a conversation with a gentleman here in the airport. Man, great conversation, good dude. Um, you know, the idea of waiting until retirement to start traveling is crazy to me. It just doesn't, it's something I can't fathom. Again, if this is you and this is where you fall at in life, and you've worked your tail off for many, many years, and then you finally get to the end of the road where you're finally ready to hang it up and you're ready to go do other things other than work, and you might be 50, 60, 70 years of age or something to that effect. I don't want this to rub you the wrong way, but at the same time, somebody who is my age in their 30s and younger, you're starting to see them travel a little bit more now, maybe because the word is out, but waiting to do things until retirement is crazy to me. I can't fathom the idea. I can't fathom the thought. It's just hard for me to think that I'm gonna work for 50 plus years of my life and then finally decide, yeah, man, I'm finally gonna go to the Philippines where my boy's been telling me about, or I'm finally gonna go to South Korea where my boy's been telling me about. I'm not saying it's ever too late. I don't like the idea of telling anybody because that's not true. It's never too late. But also, it sucks because I think it's gonna hit reality. It hits us all the time, right? Reality hits wherein you're gonna realize probably what you've been missing out on for so many years of doing all this work and then saving up and doing all this stuff. You're either gonna find yourself trying to make up for lost time, or you're just going to be a little burdened or a little sad about the idea that it took you so long to get to certain locations and certain places, right? It's going to suck. I mean, you either make the best of it or you don't. But at the same time, a lot of things happen to people in retirement, and that's what scares me, right? You get to that moment in your life where you're like, hey, I'm done. I've worked my ass off for X amount of years and this, that, and the other, and now time for me to retire. And either you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life, or knock on wood, I pray for many years for many of you guys, but at the same time it may be to the point wherein there's not that many more years left for you to be able to actually enjoy if you wait until retirement to start doing stuff, if that makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? You hope that, let's say you wait till you're 60 years old, you hope that you have at least until about 80 or a good 10 years ahead of you to be able to enjoy the rest of, your fruitful years. You pray you have at least that much, right? But what if you don't, right? What if you ain't got it? And the thought of me sitting on my ass and not going anywhere after knowing what's on the other side of the world, it troubles me. And it troubles me to the point where I gotta tell y'all, like, yo, please, if you can go anywhere, go somewhere. Please, try it. See what life is like in other places, right? Because these are the experiences that will help cultivate you into a better person, period, right? Even if that is a better version of you in the United States or in the West, whatever it may be, you've got to at least see some. You gotta be able to say, damn, okay, I see how these people live, I see how they act, I see the culture. Like, culture is everything, right? Understand it a little bit more. Kind of find a way to mix it in or blend it in with who you are as an individual, right? Because you're always going to take something from every place that you go, good or bad. Let's be honest. You're going to take away something, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, right? You're going to take away something. But I would rather you not wait until fucking 60 if you can avoid it, you know, before you decide to see something. Please don't. Because I don't want you to be that person in the background just like, damn, I could have did this so much sooner, right? Or I could have enjoyed life so much sooner. Again, everybody's background is different. Everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody's financial situation is different. I take that into consideration. I'm not stupid, right? I understand that completely. But at the same time, I also take into consideration that if you really, really wanted to, you would do it. You feel me? If you really was about that life, or if you really had that action or that innovation in you, trust me when I tell you, you'd figure it out. You got to, right? Gotta be able to figure it out. Because I'm at the age where I am right now. Of course, the job that I have right now allows me to have 2-3 months off at a time. You know what it is. If you know, you know. If you've been around long enough, you know what I do for a living. So I'm able to schedule my time around my time off, right? Now, I get it. If you're in the military, it's a little different. Or if you have one of those 12-month gigs that you're working, it's not remote or anything. You got to report to the office. You got to beg people for time off. I get it. That idea sucks. But at the same time, bro, you can't just not go nowhere because you don't want to go somewhere, or you don't want to, you know, burden anybody else or anything like that. You got to at least take time for yourself to be able to see something else, right? That's it, right? Because if all you've ever known is your backyard or whatever, it's cool and all, but you ain't gonna grow like that. Nobody's growing if that's all you about, right? You're not gonna grow as a human being. You're not gonna grow as a person if the only thing that you've ever seen is where I'm at right now, Hotlanta, right? If you've never left the A, that's a problem, right? If you've never left small town North Carolina, that's a problem, right? I want that to sink in, and I want y'all to marinate on that one. That's it, man. Just ranting while I'm in the airport because I ain't got nothing else better to do. You see what happens when a good dog got too much time? It be on this bullshit, right? But I appreciate y'all locking in, man. I'm definitely gonna come back and holler at y'all a little bit later on. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc's out.